Hi, good morning, everyone. First and foremost, my name is Amayrol Zakaria, and the MARE project. MARE stands for the Marine Coastal and Delta Sustainability for Southeast Asia, and co-founded by the Erasmus program of the European Union. And today, uh, I would like to say thank you to the leaders of MARE's program coordinators, project leaders, and all the members, all the university members. And today we are going to explore about the marine pollution sources, which is a very important for our understandings and our awareness of the marine pollution. Ladies and gentlemen, without delay, I will share with you the slide and contents that we can explore together today. You can observe from the slide here the members of the MARE project and the disclaimer. You can read by your own self. And let's move to our main purpose today, sources of marine pollution, which is very important for our understanding. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the sources of marine pollution, it's not only from the ships, it's not only from the marine activity, but it's more than that. We will explore together within this 10 minutes up to 15 minutes. Okay, all right. Now we go to the introduction first. Uh, What is pollutants? Is defined as the components of pollution and can be either foreign substances, energies, or naturally occurring contaminants. And it also as a waste material that pollutes air, water, or soil. So pollutant we refer to all point of view, from the marine point of view, from the air point of view, from the water, from the force field. So we go in deep right now, ladies and gentlemen. We define first what is a marine pollution. It's a kind of a range of threats, including from land-based sources, oil spills, untreated sewage, heavy siltation, eutrophications, invasive species, persistent organic pollutants, heavy metal from mine tailings and other sources, acidifications, radioactive substances, marine litter, overfishing and destruction of coastal and marine habitats. Those things basically contribute to the marine pollution definition. Right? Now, this is our main, what we call purpose here to explore about the sources of the marine pollution. When we talk about the sources of the marine pollution, basically we have to consider two things. The first thing about the forms, and the second thing about the sources itself. Right? Form is a kind of area or location where the pollutants came from. We have a three type of forms here. The first one is land. The second will be water, and the third will be air. Okay, and for land, you basically polluted by domestic waste, domestic sewage, and also polluted by the agricultural activity, and also polluted by the industrial activity. But on the other hand, when we talk about the sources of pollution, kitchen or restroom, bathroom, and laundry waste came from land, as what you all know. And chemical facilities, livestock waste, water also came from land. And also industrial waste, water, industrial waste also came from land. And the second form of the marine pollution is water. It's basically polluted by vessel and marine facility and polluted by the fisheries activity as well. And on the other hand, the oil, hazardous material waste came from water, of course, from the vessel and marine facility. And the waste net fishery fixture and breeding byproduct came from the fisheries activity. And the last is air. This kind of influx of various combustion material and organic pollutants through precipitation and dissolution. And of course, the releasing of the carbon monoxide, and other chlorofluorocarbon, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxide. This came from air, right? But on the other hand, the human activity, for example, factory smoke of the vessel, which is the vessel not equipped with the carbon cap filter, also contribute to the air pollution. But today we are going to take a look on the marine pollution only. Okay, guys. And then if you can observe from the slide here, the percentage of the marine pollution chart. Okay, the land-based discharge and atmospheric inputs contribute much to the percentage. The land-based discharge is including industry, human activity, and others contribute to the marine pollution chart. And if you can also from the slide as well here, the oil exploration and production contribute only 1% compared to the highest here land-based discharge, which is 44%. Dumping 10% and the maritime transport 12%. So we know right now what kind of indicators, what kind of the factors that influence too much to the marine pollution is a kind of land-based discharge, and one of them is a human activity, right? And there are various sources of marine pollution, so both natural and anthropogenic, which is in bracket is a human activity of oil spill. We have sewage and water discharge. And for oil spill, accidental releases of crude oil and petroleum products from shipwrecks, tanker accident, or offshore drilling operation. And it can lead to extensive damage to marine ecosystem, affecting marine organisms and coastal habitats. And the sewage and wastewater discharge number two, which is untreated or inadequately treated sewage and wastewater from coastal cities and ships. And it's a containing of harmful pathogens, nutrients, and chemicals that can lead to eutrophication and decrease water quality. It will affect not only for the environment, also to the peoples who are stay around the marine polluted area. Number is a plastic pollution, the accumulation of plastics debris, including microplastics in the ocean. A plastic material breaks down slowly and can harm marine life through ingestions, entanglements, and habitat destruction. If you can observe from the contents here, the word debris. In marine point of view, we have many type of terminology. It's a kind of term. When we thought about debris, a kind of solid waste, especially in bracket is the plastic, came from the human activities. It will environment, but on the other hand, impact the biodiversity that we have in our environment, in our marines, in that, right? And number four is a agricultural runoff and excessive use of fertilizers and pesticides in agriculture also impact the marine pollution. And number five is industrial discharges is discharged from the industry, including heavy metals, chemicals, and toxins, and can have a toxic effect on marine organisms and disrupt food chains. And number C is the atmospheric depositions. Airborne pollutants from industrial and urban areas are deposited into oceans through rainfall and atmospheric processes and can introduce harmful chemicals and heavy metals to marine environments. And also the shipping, transportation, ballast water exchange, which can introduce invasive species to new areas, accidental spills of hazardous material from ship. Okay, what is ballast water exchange? Is a kind of a process or operation that makes sure the buoyancy of the ship. If you want to go deep, then you have to release the water. If you want to go more or out the vessel, you have to you have to it is otherwise operation, right? And offshore mining and drilling, discharge of drilling marks chemicals and waste from offshore oil and gas operation and again disrupt marine habitats and harm marine species. And number nine is coastal development, urbanization and construction along coastline and lead to increased the sedimentation, habitat destruction, and pollution around us. And number 10 is a noise pollution, increase marine vessel traffic and underwater construction, and create underwater noise affecting marine life like whales and dolphins. You know, right? That because the noise is very influenced in terms of growings of the living things, including plants. Mm. And number 11 is a radioactive waste, which is a disposal of radioactive waste from nuclear power plants into ocean can have a long-term ecological consequence. And number 12, a global warming. Already repeat again. Number 12 is a global warming and climate change. Rising sea temperatures and ocean acidification due to increased carbon dioxide level affect marine ecosystem and biodiversity. Number 13 is legal dumping. For example, deliberate disposal of waste, including hazardous material at sea by ship and individuals. So, as a conclusion, addressing marine pollution requires international cooperation, policy frameworks, technological advancements, and public awareness. Sustainable practices, waste management, and stricter regulation are essential to reduce the impact of these pollution sources on our ocean. So the international organization like European Unions, like Erasmus, in this project MARE, contribute much to the awareness, to the education level, how to people the importance of the environment. The sustainability developments play the important roles. Of course, as well, you all know when we talk about the sustainability development, it's not only consider about the economy, also consider about the environmental, and also consider about the society. Despite we need to increase our profit in terms of economics, but we also need to take care of our environmental and also need to take care of the development of the society, employability, the creating of the job, the creating of a good environment, and so on. That's all for today under the model project. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.